Man, it's the one and only rockstar R&B artist, KingVMA, on the stakes. Straight out the Carolinas with it. The one and only.
Whoa, how you mad at I'm flipping the script? Had a chance, but you did what you did. Money put up, that's just for the kids. Now you see why I'm trying to get rich. Fly shit, I be you up with the pictures. Tight shit, take your hoe, fuck your bitch. Real niggas don't fuck with the gimmicks. Wanna copy, they trying to remix. All along.
For sure. Before the interview started, we was talking about like meeting in 2016 and how far you've come since then and everything like that, man. Just talk about it a little bit before the signing. What was the journey like?
Before the signing, it was all hard work, really. You know what I'm saying? Me and my camp and like the people that have seen like me come up and stuff like that. We call it our, you know what I'm saying, your 100,000 hours. You know what I'm saying, that you put in to get to a point like this. So really was just working. Really everything was all about grind and trying to figure it out for ourselves and stuff like that. Networking. Yeah.
Okay. So last time we really got to have a sit down was in 2022 with the VMA Friends Concert, man. And I still see you rocking. I haven't been to one since then, but that was a pretty big deal. And now you're going city to city with it. I think the last one was in Charlotte.
Yeah. The last one was in Charlotte. Was it? Yeah. The last one was in Charlotte. Yeah, at No Stress Sound Academy with DJ Sud. Yeah. Man, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, 2022 was dope, man. That was a dope concert.
So how did you come up with the idea for that? Like, what was the inspiration behind that?
Oh, man. To be honest, when I first threw it, it was initially just to kind of just bring artists together that was around the city that I knew about, that I've worked with, that I was like fans of for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Also give the other artists that might have not been so known or just coming up and stuff like that to be a part of it. I threw it for free. Everybody got a chance to perform for free. So if you know what I'm saying, there was a lot of dope artists on the ticket, but it was really just like a community thing. I just wanted it to be a community thing and knowing that, like, you know, KingVMA and friends, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to perform for sure. You know what I'm saying? And show my talents, but I also want to see what the city had to bring. And, you know, it was a dope turnout for sure. It was dope. My favorite, actually.
So, like, with the continuation of that and, like, going city to city, like, what's the, you know, because you don't see a lot of independent artists doing things like that. Like, you know, they'll pop up at showcases and stuff like that, but they don't really go out there, put their own money up and do it themselves. So, like, you know, why do you think you had that urge versus, like, maybe somebody else from the city? There's a lot of artists here.
Man.
I don't think people know how many artists in North Carolina for real.
Man, it's a lot. To be honest, I just wanted it to be different. There wasn't like you said, there wasn't a lot of artists that were doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I had already been a part of a lot of showcases. I've already kind of seen how it ran. I used to throw parties back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really that hard to think of like venue, get people, artists need these incentives, certain things like that, and use my networking resources. You know what I'm saying, to bring people together and also be part of a dope environment, a dope new concept of, you know, being an artist and also being an entrepreneur.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, man. Moving forward, man. Now, 2026. I saw on Instagram you announced you signed your deal with Rise Up, Rise Up Music Group. I saw there. I did my research, of course. Independent artist development and management company.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about the deal, man? How did that come across?
Man, long story short, what I can put on camera. A&R reached out. Shout out my boy Easy. He said he's been watching for a while. They're not from North Carolina. They're from South Carolina, based in South Carolina, Atlanta. He said he had his eyes on me for a while. He told me shoot up to Charlotte one day. He was in Charlotte. Shout out to Charlotte. And Politic. Had a good night out. Kept in contact. And then everything was everything. You know what I'm saying? I felt the genuineness of everything. It was great business all around. So that's how we ended up sealing the deal, honestly. And as hard as I go for myself, as hard as I go as an independent artist, I seen them in the vision that they had for me as well, is how hard I go. They match my intensity and my energy when it comes to getting stuff done and the vision and the idea of what we have to bring to the industry. So it was a great collective effort. So
for sure. So what is it like going into like, a deal? You know what I'm saying? You hear so much stress behind deals. You see so much negative and positive things about deals and like, the things to look for. What are some things that you look for that you can speak on that they offer? You already spoke on, the genuineness
Right.
of the people that was there. You know what I'm saying? You felt the real connection. But like, just give me like one other thing that you was definitely, that was I can't think of the word, like it has to be a
It has
yes
to
on
be
this.
done.
Yeah.
Just like my freedom.
Non-negotiable. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm looking
my freedom to create and to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? They didn't take away from any of my artistry. They didn't take away from anything, honestly. If anything, they kind of helped narrow down what I was trying to do, which was better benefit for me instead of trying to do everything at once. So I could focus on one thing and then do what I really got to do and go through my catalog. But that was a non-negotiable, but I didn't have to even negotiate it. They came correct. They understood. They seen, like I said, they've done their studies on me. They know that I'm a pretty seasoned artist, and they know that it wouldn't be hard for me to make something in the studio or be creative or continue to market in things that I do and stuff like that. They just came in and really enhanced it and really just helped me get to that point. So
for sure.
that, for sure though, in any contract, free, you know what I'm saying, creativity to do what I do. Just because I feel like I'm that type of artist. I also do, I'm coachable and like, I do with writers and stuff like that. I could do that, but for the most part, I like creating it because it comes from a place of energy and frequencies and how I feel in my heart and my soul. So it's kind of hard to not let me be in control of that,
For sure. I like what you said about narrowing your focus. Like, I feel like that's something that not just rappers but creators in general have a hard time kind of doing. You have so many ideas. I know I've suffered from that, and you try to put your hands in like 7 different. So
for sure.
what's it like cutting off the fat and just kind of focusing on one thing?
It's a breath of fresh air, honestly. Just because your mind doesn't have to be so scatterbrained. You can actually now you have an objective and you can put real goals to it. You can put real intensity and real effort to it. Besides trying to spread yourself thin, you know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing in certain aspects, depending on what you're doing in your career, whether it's learning and stuff like that. But where I'm at in my career, narrowing it down, a lot of creators at this part in their career where it's like, okay, it's time to go. It's time to really, you gotta lock in on that one thing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta lock in on that one thing and get it going and get it done. Especially if you are a workaholic and if you got things you can fall back on and things that you already have ready just for this one thing to, you know what I'm saying? So. Do you feel like it made things faster for you once you narrowed it down? Like, did things kind of go downhill after that? Well, uphill, but downhill as far as momentum. Yeah. No, yeah, definitely, easily, quick. The same day we started the actual process of doing certain things. Gone. It was like clockwork, and it made so much sense. It still makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was dope. It's dope watching it.
For sure.
Dope watching it, yeah.
For sure, man. Congratulations again, man.
Appreciate it. Always. Shout out ThriveIndie, man.
Appreciate you, man.
It's the fan band. Yeah.
All right, man. And like, you've been in the game for a while. Like, we and you known each other for 10 years, or at least known of each other. Probably got cool in 5 of those years, but like really known each other for like 10 years. Was there a time like you ever considered like, man, this shit not going nowhere? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to do something else? Because you were a producer. I met you as a producer back when I was managing artists. Yeah. And now you're probably the biggest artist that I know. So was there a time you ever thought about stopping?
I'm going to be totally honest with you, transparent. Shit, like every day. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what position. I feel like it's hard to get doubt out your mind. You know what I'm saying? It's your job to control that. You know what I'm saying? And control how much it determines your day or determines the type of work you're going to put in or if you're going to quit. So, man, what? I'm sure a lot of people could understand that it's like every day when you really doing it, you know what I'm saying? When you really doing it and you putting 10 toes into it, I feel like you have no choice but to sometimes be like, you know what, boy, I'm looking at this shit. I'm looking at this and being like, is it right? Is it not? Is it whatever? It's more of a faith thing, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to keep your faith in something you don't see just like whatever you believe in. You know what I'm saying? So I relate it to it. It's like, man, if you're going to try to get it done, if you're going to get it done and you believe in it, you're going to have to walk in faith in anything. So it is what it is. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it. If not, you're not. So all the time, yeah, but it's your job to snap out of it and be like, you know what, man, I be having a reality check. I'll go watch videos, listen to my music, whatever, and be like, man, I'm tripping. Or somebody like you will text me and be like, man, you doing good, man. I'm proud of you. Randomly text, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate things like that to keep me level-headed and also keep me humble with me. And like, okay, I'm doing this for a greater good. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure. As I can attest to that myself. Like sometimes I get a random email, be like, man, we've been watching, you haven't posted nothing in a while, or like, hey man, I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
There's some random messages just from random people like, yeah, like
never talked to. You might have never even reached out to, none of that.
Man, dude, I was in Reno, Nevada, with this dude, working with this dude from Atlanta, and he was like, he be seeing my YouTube. I'm like, are you serious? Like, you know, like, but I can attest to that because we were like, man.
Yeah.
And also shout out, you had another, you had another baby. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, let's go.
Yo, man.
Come on, man, we ain't gonna stop making up.
So new life everywhere, man.
Man, come on, everything is new.
How much of a motivational factor are they for you, man?
Man, they number one. I don't do anything in this lifetime without them in the back of my mind. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the sacrifice, it's them.
I think when I last saw you, the last time I actually ran into you,
I was having one already.
I remember we ran into each other in the dollar store, a couple weeks ago.
It was Valentine's.
It was around that. Yeah,
because I had my son picking up stuff, and we was getting stuff together for my daughters and stuff like that.
Yep.
So your boys take care of the women.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, man. Family first always, man. But
Yeah.
what's something about the game that artists don't talk about enough, like, or not even just artists, people in general, like people in the music industry, they don't really tell you, or it's a bigger thing than what it probably you see on social media.
Perception is reality. Perception is reality. That's the best way I could put it. Everything is not what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? And whether that's you trying to come up in the industry, come up as an artist, and network, and you think such and such is this, but they not, or you think such and such can do this, but they can't or haven't. So it's a lot of perception is reality. Whatever, you can fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
that's a real thing.
I can agree to that. I seen that. I know some artists who've written for like bigger artists and like signed deals and stuff with bigger companies and stuff like that, and just they actually lost more motivation. I can't remember who said it. I was watching an interview the other day. Oh, it was Jay-Z, and he said something that stuck out to me, and he was like, what did he say? He said sometimes too much knowledge can deter you, because a lot of people I know that signed to those bigger things are like kind of, they might have been rapping for like a year and then boomed. And now they don't want nothing to do with music, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? They learn, you know what I'm saying? Like that naivety to like keep going and do it, you know what I'm saying? And not know that, oh man, we really supposed to be capturing emails right now. Or we really, you know what I'm saying? Like it deterred them, because now you're looking at like a mountain of stuff that you have to do when a lot of people just initially want to just make good music.
Yeah, exactly. That's all they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I always tell artists all the time, it's like I know people are scared of deals. People are scared of the industry and stuff like that. But you got to know where you want to be and what kind of artist you want to be, because that's ultimately going to decide what kind of deal you take. That's ultimately going to decide what company you work with, or how big of a star you want to be. Some people are like Currency. Currency is okay where he's at. He has a great fan base, and he's not super mainstream, but he makes a great living because he decided that's how big he wanted to be. If he wanted to be bigger, he would be bigger. You know what I'm saying? So
working with artists, man, I'll say like everybody wants to be a star for the most part, but like I know some people who are making money off of their licensing deals. Like you might not ever hear their track on the radio, but they pulling in decent checks from 2K, from Love and Hip Hop. Their song being featured on there.
They doing song licensing and singing and all this other stuff that people like. A lot of artists think it's just one way to do it. A lot of artists think that's why it's so crazy when you get into the game. It's people really think it's just 1, 2, 3. And like, you know, outside looking in, people think it's just 1, 2, 3, make a hard song, come to the studio. People on the outside just think you gotta come to the studio. You know what I'm saying? Most people just think it's studio. Like, boy, this ain't making a song with maybe like 10% of doing anything you think we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is all business or like, man, it get crazy. So you're right though. It's a lot of things that people don't know or are naive to the fact that, you know, have it work in your favor. You know what I'm saying? So
especially with like how little streaming actually pays. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not even the big. I try to tell people that's not even the biggest. There's so much more money being left on the table because you want to be you worrying about your stream count.
1 million, 2 million streams. Like what? That's one of them things that you know what I'm saying, artists focus on that you don't necessarily. Yes, you want people to listen to your music for sure, but if you're talking about making money, you gotta be a pretty big artist to be making money off stream. You gotta be a very popular artist to be making money off streams and YouTube checks. If not, if you want money right now, then your best bet is to go on the business side of things and figure out how artists are making. I know so many artists that are making a living off of what they do, and you do not hear them on the radio, and you do not see them doing no shows. I know writers that in the background that are making crazy
money.
Come in here and be like, yeah, man, I just wrote for whoever. I'm like, what? Yeah, look at the chat, look at my email. What?
You're like,
yeah, bro, I'm gonna go back home, eat some snacks, and write some more music. Like it'd be stuff like that. So it's kind of cool to see how far you can take it. It's so many avenues of music and just being a creative in general.
All right, so was there a strategy that you were following that you regret following?
That's a great question. A strategy, yeah, just drop music. I didn't like. It goes 50-50 with me. Don't drop music without a plan. I believe in dropping music. If you can make it make sense, make it make sense. I was on my I used to be on my mixtape stuff where it's just like I used to just drop. I got so much music out, I just drop. But to be honest, nobody was listening to it. You know, nobody was really. It wasn't planned out. I can make a song today, be trying to drop it Friday, and ain't even got the cover up for it until the day before it dropped or something wild. You know what I'm saying? So I think that strategy right there, and I think that was just because I was making so much music at a high volume, and I was like, man, everybody got to hear this. Oh, everybody, but. That's not how it go. You know what I'm saying? Learning now, you got to have a rollout. You got to have certain things. Even if you do drop a lot of music, just make sure it's making more sense than that, for sure.
And, you know, that high volume put out, like, even if you look at, like, big artists like YoungBoy, right?
Yeah.
And, like, I know he got a lot of fans, and I'm not, you know, no disrespect or anything. Yeah. But, like, you know, he drops a whole hell of a lot of music here, but it doesn't stream that well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't... YouTube, he got that popping, but, like, you know, it's... Just dropping. It's not like there's no strategy behind it. It seems, you know, so I can't speak on that.
It do seem like he just be dropping.
It's just
when I feel like when you get to that point, he doing what I would. I mean, honestly, he doing what I would do if I was in that predicament.
Right.
Like the Drakes and the people, the Futures and the people that we really listen to, the Lil Babies. Like, man, fuck that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he pedal to the metal. He don't care. I feel like I would be the same way because it's like, man, if I make a song today, I preview it, and I got real fans that's listening. They like 100,000 people. I'm like, bro, we need that song. I'm dropping it. I'm just gonna drop it because at the end of the day, the fans are the ones that tell you what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that will let you know. So, what you have in an arsenal of music, he might not care about the streaming check. But I guarantee you, if he dropped that joint on YouTube,
it's like my bro said, feeding the streets. That's what they call it, feeding the streets.
And his fans are crazy.
Yeah.
He has a real cult following.
Yeah, a real cult following.
They're gonna do whatever it is. If YB drop a song today, tomorrow, the next day, that shit going up. Three videos back to back on YouTube, 1 million easy, same night. Because guess what? He don't gotta necessarily roll it out, but he could, because all he gotta do is post. I got 3 videos by midnight. I'm dropping all at the same time.
But that's because he
gonna go crazy.
But his fan base is already developed. They already got that cult following. You know,
so he can do that.
Right. When you trying to build a fan base, so you got to come at it a little bit more strategically.
Yeah, it's hard because like I feel like I drowned out a lot of my music a lot of my good music by dropping so much because they didn't get a chance to really digest who I was and what I was putting out. It was just music on top of music on top of music. Granted, I like it. I like it because where I'm at now, they can go back and learn where I came from. You know what I'm saying? But
it does give you a back catalog. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives me and like I said, it was a blessing and a curse because now whoever can go back and be like, damn, this song from 2017. He dropped 2020. What? These hard. What?
Yeah, this
what?
is best song right here.
Yeah, they get a growth of it, and that's also why I did that back then as well, is because I wanted them to hear how much I changed through the process. But none of that matters. You still gonna get new fans all the time. They're gonna go back and do their research just like if I like somebody. So that was what that was about for us. So I wouldn't do that again. I don't think. I think I would save a lot of these and have a better rollout.
For sure.
I had no rollouts. I was just dropping.
Hey, I know I've been managing artists, trying to get them to actually conceptualize the rollout or trying to sit down with them a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm doing that.
yeah, like especially, you know, after a couple months, some people don't have the patience. Yeah, like
patience is crazy key.
Like he was like, man, I've been sitting on this song for a year. I was like, bro, it don't matter. Like, you drop it today, you gonna get 15 views. You drop it tomorrow, you gonna get 50 views. So let's see. Let's
just chill and see.
Yeah, let's guarantee at least a band, 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
But see, now when I finally recognized that, I be dropping songs from 5 years ago. As long as it sound
up to date.
You know what I'm saying? Or I might still got the session or something, but.
And I'll say with your sound in general, like it's going to sound modern. Like it's not going to be like a lot of these guys, you know, like Gucci Mane couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was like some artists can't do that.
Song, like, you know, and I'm so grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? I always say it's like a universal sound that I got. You know what I'm saying? It's like people always be like, they always make fun of people rapping, but man, you gonna be if you rapping when you're 40, 50. I don't want to be rapping. I tell people all the time, I will rap till I'm 70 if my music doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people like, when you think of R&B singers can sing as long as they want to do, as long as they're making a hit. Why rappers can't? Or I feel like I ain't a rapper, but you know what I'm saying, that make that type of timeless music where it's like, well, I would hope I was the type of artist that would be able to make music till I pass away. One, because I'm just that creative. Two, the sound that I give and the frequencies and energies that I give off from whatever story that I'm telling. So I feel like that's the goal. Maybe not do that my whole life and that be the bread and butter, right? You know what I'm saying? Still, but I would hope that, hey man, you know, I took a 5-10 year break of making any song. I'm about to drop an album and get back in the game like the old heads do.
Yeah, Hove do. Everybody. LL Cool J dropped the album, I think, in 23, 24. Like, I listened to it. He had Eminem on there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. That's like, you know, Wiz come out the cut.
Out of nowhere.
People just come out the cut that could still, you know, stay relevant. Like, I feel like more of that is needed. I would want to do that, especially dealing with the young cats, like the younger generation now coming up. And I got a certain type of man. What? That's why Drake win.
Yep.
Drake go snag whoever got the hottest song. If you get a Drake, you got a song blowing up, and Drake like it, and he DM you, you're gonna put him on it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna take
off.
But Drake knows that. That's why it's so. That's why he win. But people don't like that.
No.
I like it.
I like it too. See,
what else you gonna do?
Business.
You put yourself in that position to be that way. If I know there's an artist right now, if he DM me right now, he could have any song he could have any song I ever put out. You know what I'm saying? Just because he built himself there and he's just that type of artist.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Business is strategy, and this is business.
This is business. Like, you gotta make it make sense. I'm not using him. He's not using me. This is business. It makes sense for him just like it makes sense for me. Why would I not?
It keeps him in the mind of the youth, and it keeps and it's making you your biggest song for that moment.
Giving me exposure.
That
me
huge
exposure. What I
exposure.
would need as an artist coming up. People be so, but it just does. But man, y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Yep.
What works for you works for you. You know what I'm saying? What works for anybody else, you know, let it be how it be.
For sure. All right, and kind of a follow-up to the last question. Like, what looks good on social media and online but doesn't work in real life for artists?
I say the facade. Like, you know, maybe seeming like you either big and bad or like balling and got it, and people see you in real life and they watch your movements and stuff like that, and watch how you interact at the club, interact with others and stuff like that. I feel like that's the one thing that doesn't work, because fans are people that relate and like you for who you are. So if I see you online and you're like this, and I see you in person and you're not like this, I done seen it plenty of times in the studio. People be fans of the artist, and I might know the truth. You know what I'm saying? I might know, but they ain't got nothing to do with me. But somebody might come in here and be like, hey, yeah, I always wanted to work with him, then watch him in the studio and he can't record. Or, you know what I'm saying, he choke or whatever you want to call it. He just has a hard time recording. I done seen people become not fans of that. You know what I'm saying? So they pop on, get on Instagram. I'm the best rapper ever. And somebody might see him in person and see him rap, and you be like, damn, that's not what I expected. Now it's kind of like losing respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you put that expectation and you lose it, and it's like, So I say that the facade. If you be yourself, you gonna have your real genuine fans. You ain't gotta fake the funk. You know what I'm saying? If you an asshole, be an asshole. It's people that like that shit. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Preferences and opinions. It is what it is.
So going forward, man, what's your new strategy? What's your current strategy? I'll say what you got going, and how are you planning on optimizing it?
Content. I can't tell them what kind of content and how I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
But content.
Content focus.
Content. That's it. Pictures, videos, interviews. You know what I'm saying? Stuff of that sort. That where people can start learning me, and I feel like it's such a misconception about me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I need more interviews and stuff like that, so people can actually see the personality or see like and get to know me more than what they hear in the music. You know what I'm saying? It's only but so much I say in music. I mean I say enough, but it's not like detailed. It's not able to be like, well, when you said this, what did you mean? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of bars on my music. There's a lot of everything's rhythm on music, so it's like.
And I feel like too with music, it's more like as a fan listening to music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to Wayne, I listen to Drake and stuff like that, you know, but I don't exactly know what he's talking about. I put it in my head, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
my visualization of it, you know,
might be completely different from what you know what I'm saying, as the artist, you know what I'm saying?
People we want to know that. It's plenty of stuff you be like, dang, that's what you thought of that? I thought something totally different. Or this is what you said? Or, oh, you really went through that? That's why I said fans are fans, because it's like, you know, they want to know if you've really been through the struggle or whatever else they've been through, and they can relate and stuff like that. So I think that's just my strategy right now, is getting people to really like see me for who I am and what I'm gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So
And piggybacking off of what you just said, like, I think like that's why I like your music, because your topics are very relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, you know, I think there's a misconception with rap, especially like, you have to rap like this, or you have to be talking like about this. And I think it's kind of going away now, but everybody try to be a certain type of way. But, you know, that music doesn't, you know, it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? I have a wide variety of,
hey, look, perfect time.
Well, you know, when I be at the crib, man, I might put on some Tank or stuff. You know, I need something else.
Right though.
You know, when I'm going through something, you know, one of my favorite moments is I was going through something and views dropped, and I was driving to New York. I'll never forget. I was like, got me through it.
Start speeding.
Bro, I got there fast and I got back. That's all I listened to. It got me through whatever I was dealing with at that time. But your music kind of do like a similar thing, because I like from the lyrics and stuff, I feel like I can relate to like some of the stuff you talk about and stuff. And like, you know, that's something. And then also like for me as a fan, that's why I love doing these interviews, man, because I'm actually a genuine fan. Like, you know, we was talking about it off camera. Like, when I met you, we both had a son, you know what I'm saying, and both named Caden. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, damn, he's cool. And then talk to you in the studio, I'm like, damn, bro got a good head on his shoulders for real. And he's, like, working hard. And, like, I'll talk to you off camera. But, like, something happened with that song that you recorded that had nothing to do with you, and it kind of messed it up. And but we, you know, when we came back to you, you had open arms. Like, you know, just a very real type person. So when you started dropping music, I said, man, I'm going to check it out. And it was good, bro. And, like, you know, everything even the community events, you're the only, I won't say the only one because I don't know everyone, but, you know, to me, it seems like you're the biggest one doing it. You know what I'm saying? You're putting on the biggest ones as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And, like, people turn up for him and people, like, come out and support. That's because you show so much love. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, like, just like when I walked in and seen you know, walked into a studio session or whatever, you gracious enough to let them know what was going on, and then you still giving her advice, and like, you know, like y'all camaraderie was like how I remember. That's how we was. You know what I'm saying? Like when Mars was in the studio, I would talk to him like that, and that's how you are kind of with everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm always for the you know, the positivity and progression of people. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you're a stranger or not, I feel like if I can give a piece of anything to you that I could give to you, I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't even expect it in return. I just be myself 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
It's real genuine shit.
you know, for sure. Always, man. Positivity and peace, man. Positivity and peace.
All right, man. Give us your social handles one time, man.
And you know what it is, at one KingVMA on Instagram, all other platforms, KingVMA, the #1 in the front, you know, the one and only rockstar R&B artist. All the stacks is facts. Shout out RUMG, Rise Up Music Group. You know what I'm saying? Shout out ThriveIndie, man.
Appreciate
10 years,
it.
Decade. Hey, man,
Decade in.
No realer than that.
Man, for real. Still out here doing it.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, hey, look, a lot of people that we seen start this with us or be around when we was around, ain't here no more.
Like 80% of them for me.
Ain't here no more. I'm trying to tell you, it's a lot of people I know, from producers, engineers, artists, pioneers, whatever you could say. Just, hey, man, it's a long game you gotta play. It's a long game you gotta race. You know, I mean, a long race you gotta, you know what I'm saying? So
Wrong race you gotta run.
there we
Yeah.
go. So, you know, that's how I go, man. I'm glad to see you still doing your thing.
Appreciate you, man. And like, man, again, congratulations on the newborn. Congratulations on the signing, man. Congratulations on everything you got going on. Next event, man, if I'm in town, I'm definitely pulling up. I know I got, yeah, I'll be up there, man. Appreciate you, though.
Man, appreciate you, dog.